Welcome to this special edition of One Belly, Two Brains, where we bring you information about how to help your brain develop and also help your kids' brains develop through a lot of really interesting ways. A lot of what I talk about neurologically has to do with chiropractic, because that's what I do as a chiropractor, right? Help the brain and the body communicate the best that it can. But my friend Merrick and I have been working on something for, it's now been, a couple of years now that he has something very unique that he introduced me to. And we've been experimenting with some of our patients, and I really can't wait to share some of this information with you guys. It has to do with a concept in orthotics that is brand new. I've never seen it before. And it's a way to put these neural pods into the orthotic so that it actually can change how the brain receives information. We talk a lot about this sense that we have called proprioception. So like you close your eyes and I can make my fingers touch like this. That's that sense that I have inside my body is called proprioception. And with some of the children who have special needs in my office, we've been able to work together for the last couple of years and see dramatic brain changes. It made me start thinking about a couple other things. When your pediatrician is generally checking out kids, they aren't looking for this kind of stuff. And so that was part of the reason why I asked him to come in for this, because we want to do a series of videos to help educate people about the discoveries that we're making with these. So hopefully we can help more people. So I mentioned that, like, why aren't pediatricians looking for this?
So the big problem nowadays is, John, that pediatricians are not connecting different types of medical fields. So the conventional medicine and the neurological medicine are two separated parts. So the most pediatricians simply don't know about those relations in between how our body reacts to different impulses from outside. But it's a given fact and scientific basic knowledge that through our entire body we have receptors that send our body information about our surrounding, and according to this impulses our brain reacts and changes the muscular tension. So which means kid, for example, which is tripping all the time, could simply be stamped as clumsy.
Right.
Yeah,
That was
but
me. I had terrible balance. I used to fall all over the place.
yeah, yeah. So and this is a very pity and an issue which we cover together.
Cool. Yeah. And so the important thing is, I mean, you're saying basically that you can actually improve kids' coordination by working with their feet.
Yeah, exactly. We have a high density of those so-called receptors in our feet that give our body the information and basically postural awareness in our environment. And through pods on top of the orthotic, which is custom designed to every of our patients, we can send additional information, additional ground force information. So the awareness of their body gets better, their balance gets better. Tripping, for example, neurological issues can be covered through this as well, and give them more quality of life back, more mobility, and yeah, raise their quality of life.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing. Like basically what we're talking about is hacking kids' brains, like in a
Yes.
really positive way.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that we're always trying to do in chiropractic with children is every time I adjust somebody, I'm sending good neurological information up into the brain to help develop that map that we all have
Yeah.
inside of our brains, right? And so basically what you're saying is that with every single step this child takes, you're reinforcing where that map is,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Okay. So how would you know then that this is something that a child would want? Like something that we would need. I mean, let's be honest, kids are going to outgrow their shoes all the time. Is this something that they like? How do they get assessed for it? And how long should they need it for?
Yeah. So first of all, there are signs like tripping.
Mhm.
I had the same issue with my son. So and usually people say, "Oh, he's a clumsy boy," it will go away. But we don't know, and we don't have the possibility to look inside the brain. So by making a few coordination tests, for example, which is very easy, how the kids walk with their closed eyes, for example. How
Mhm.
do they maintain balance? And after 30 seconds with closed eyes, the most people start to rotate. And there are pretty simple tests which can show us, okay, there is a need for more neurological response through our feet to our brain, and which might help to coordinate their body better. And yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
I think it's amazing, and that's a good message for everybody too. That if you have a child who might be like the clumsy kid, like I was, and you've been looking for solutions, there's some pretty easy things that we can do here. I mean, I've seen what happens. You basically have a child stand on this scanner that looks at the foot in 3D, and you can actually see where the bones are going to be in the foot, and those pods go right in. You can select right where you want this orthotic made. They're custom built. They're like not something that you get from a big box store, right? This is actually going to match your child's foot where those receptors need to be and stimulate those receptors so it can help change a child's brain. And so if you're thinking about, well, what does my child need this? Just have them stand there with their eyes closed. If you don't already know that your kid's clumsy, right? If you're like, oh yeah, well, we've had enough bruises to the head, enough trips to the chiropractor to know we've been using this for some children with special needs, and we'll talk about that on a future One Belly Wednesday. But yeah, I think it's a great introduction for people to start investigating this. How do we get in touch with you? What's the best way to contact you?
For you, John.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so you can either leave comments here in the thread. You can contact us at the office, Mama's Chiropractic. Send me an email. We put these One Belly Wednesdays together on Instagram. We put them out on Facebook Live, and we also have them on YouTube. So you're welcome to do any of those. Call or email. I'm always available. So thank you very much. I hope you guys all take great care and follow up with the neuro solutions that we're coming up with here down in Southwest Florida.